so personal trainer, and I have been a personal trainer for about 5 years now, okay? So I really enjoyed weight training. I took a class in high school and really enjoyed it my junior year. So that was about 12 years ago, okay? That I really fell in love with weight training. Played sports all my life, ran cross country and track in college, at Marietta College, so I had that as well. But just really enjoyed training, or not training, but weight training. So a little bit different, okay? So we're going to go into a little bit more of the demands of the job and the typical day. But I want to tell you guys one thing that I really enjoy about training, and that is when somebody comes up to you, shakes your hand and says, "Thank you for changing my life." There's nothing, you cannot put a price on that, and that's why I do what I do every single day, okay? So that's what I really enjoy. So a little bit of history about myself, okay? So I went to Warren High School, graduated there in 2006, and then I went on to go to Marietta College, okay? So right out of high school, I got a job at CC's Pizza, okay? Anybody remember CC's? Okay, so I worked there for 4 years, and I'll tell you why that is a big role. But I worked my way up. So I started at the bottom, worked my way up to being a manager, okay? So right out of high school, went to Marietta College. I ran cross country, ran track, and then I also worked about 30 to 40 hours at CC. A little bit crazy, right? Taking 15 to 18 credit hours, okay? So I went to Marietta College, went there for 1 year, took a year off, took a break, okay? Took a break, worked at CC's for that year off, worked my way up to being a manager. So then I went back to college, went back to Marietta College, and I got my degree in management with a minor in sports management. So I worked at CC's as a manager, thought that's what I wanted to do was manage, okay? So that's why I got my management degree, then I got a sports minor because I love sports, okay? Found out, that really wasn't what I wanted to do. Being a manager just wasn't what was fulfilling to me or anything like that. I knew I was put on this earth to help people. Trying to figure out how to do that was probably the hardest thing, but then I figured it out. Personal training. Helping people, but also doing what I love, working out and stuff. Okay? So I got my certification through ISSA, which is International Sports Science Association. Okay? That's just one certification. There's plenty out there. I'll go over the top 5. But so I got my certification, okay? Then I went on and got my OTA, which is an online training academy. Just recently, it's an online training certification. About a month ago, I got it, just because I think online training is going to be big down the road. And I will go over a little bit more about that here a little bit later. All right, so that's kind of my background on schooling, okay? Now my job, okay, so I worked at CC's, then I got a job at Dunn's, worked at Dunn's for a little bit. But these are my training jobs. So my first personal training job was at Sherry's Custom Fitness, which is just down in Indiana, okay? Worked there, got maybe about 5 to 10 clients, not much. She just owns a little studio. Her main focus is training, but also some classes. So that's what, it wasn't enough. So I found a job at Anytime Fitness, which is actually down in St. Albans, West Virginia, close to Charleston. Took me about an hour 40 drive each way, because I lived in Marietta. And so I worked there, trained over 100 clients, and really built my clientele up. Was one of the top trainers at Anytime, where they actually flew me out to Minnesota to help them develop an app for Anytime Fitness, okay? So it was one of the best trainers at all the Anytimes. There's plenty around here. And so that's what Anytime. So I built my clientele up, just wasn't enough, okay? Just wasn't feeling it. So then I helped a guy open up a gym, Grind Time, okay? Helped him start it, taught some classes there and whatnot. Then my husband and I decided to move back. We actually had moved down there. I worked for Anytime for about 2 years or so. We actually moved down there, lived down there for about a year and a half or so. Decided to move back up here because our family's up here. So we moved back up here, and then I got a job at the fitness center, St. Mary's Fitness Center. Everybody been to the fitness center? Yes, so that's where I work now, as a manager and a trainer. So let's talk about exactly what does a trainer do, okay? Wikipedia has a pretty good definition of what a trainer does. So Wikipedia says that a personal trainer is a fitness professional involved in exercise prescription and instruction. They motivate clients by setting goals, providing feedback, and accountability to clients. I agree with that pretty well. I just like to add a little bit else to it and say that besides exercise and nutrition, we help them, empower them with overall life guidance and advice, because really that's what it comes down to. Because they come to you, and yes, they either want to lose weight, gain muscle. There's so many different goals that people have, but there's something behind what they want to do that for. Either they want to lose weight because of something, or they want to gain weight because of something. So you always want to help them. They'll bring your problems to you. They'll talk to you for an hour about what's going on in their life, almost like you're a therapist. So you have to they want you to help them. They want some guidance. They want some advice from you. That's why they're coming to you. That's why they're telling you what their problems are. So just helping them overall is going to help benefit them down the road, and it will help you as well. So I'm going to show you guys kind of what a day in a life. This is just last week. Every job that I've had, a day in the life is a little bit different. So this one will be what last week was at working at St. Mary's Fitness Center, but kind of just will show you what it's like. So the day starts out at 3 a.m. Okay, for me. It's 3 a.m. while everybody is sleeping, and then it will. Yeah. So then 4 o'clock I'm at the gym. I live in Belfry, so it takes me about 40 minutes to get there. So by the time I got there, it's 4 a.m. and I'm making a video right now, content video, okay? And I'm doing a 31-day program starting in January that I've developed 31 workouts, and they're gonna get one every day. And it's actually a workout video where they can follow me and do what I do. Instead of just telling them what to do, I do the workout. So I gotta do these videos, and like I said, they take me about, the videos itself, some of the workouts are only about 20 minutes, and then some of them are around 40. So I have to literally do these, and so find the time for me to do them at 4 a.m. because I got to open the gym up at 6 a.m. So I got to be the manager of the fitness center at 6 a.m. So I have to get up early to get these done. And so this is just one of the workouts. I forget what day this was, but I don't talk in these videos because I'm doing a voice overlay later on. So I have to do these videos, and then later on I actually have to talk in the video, so I got to redo it. So if it takes me 40 minutes to do them, it takes me another 40 minutes to actually talk and describe what to do. So it's a lot of time for one video, and I got to make 31 of them. And then around 8 o'clock or so in the morning, I'm making some content for my website, and then teach a class at 10, and then I'm back out making another video at 2:15. Trying to get outside more to get just comfortable. It's been nice and whatnot. So 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm making another video. So this is second workout technically for me at 6 a.m. And these workouts have no equipment, and you just need a little bit of space, and they're going to be able to do them at home. So that's why there's no equipment or anything. So you got to be kind of creative and with these workouts, but it just takes some time to do them. I mean, it's not easy, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. So this is just another workout video just showing you kind of some of the exercises. You have to be creative when there's no equipment and whatnot. You don't want to do the same exercises over and over. So every workout will be different for this program. But this just kind of shows you this is a typical day. Try to figure out when to find time to do content. It can be very difficult. And that can be even getting up at 3 a.m. to do it. I mean, it's not easy, but it's worth it. It's what you got to do. And it's not every day. Every day I don't wake up at 3, trust me. Not every day. But when I have to be at the gym at 6, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes the only time to get these stuff done is in the morning. So, and then family time is always important. That's my nephew and my dog. This is all on Snapchat if you guys ever want to follow me, Trainer Steph 7. And then you always got to add nutrition in there because every trainer, you got to put pictures up on Instagram and everything, right? Now. And then I have to do my own workout, so leg day for me. So this is third workout technically for me today. Just because I have goals I want to get to too, so I can't just put that on the back burner. At 9 o'clock, I'm doing the voice overlay on that video. So from 3 a.m. to 9 p.m., that's a day for me. Okay, that's a work day. Granted, I was only at the gym. I had to be at the gym from 6 to 2. But I am working constantly on anything else and everything else. So that's just one day. And like I said, every day was different. Like when I worked at Anytime, I trained 26 people in one day. Okay? And that was, and we only did half-hour sessions at Anytime. So that's 13 hours. Okay? 13 hours straight. And so that was one day for me. That was a typical day at Anytime. Not really typical, not always 26 people. But it was kind of like that. You finish with one, the next one's there waiting on you. So you go right into the next one. And I wasn't a cookie cutter program. I didn't just do the same workout with all 26 people, okay? I provided provided personalized workout programs for each person. So I have to come up with 26 workouts. That takes time too. So it just takes a lot of time to make it personalized. But that's what they come to. You're a personal trainer. You're not a cookie cutter trainer. So just remember that. So when you're looking at being a trainer, you gotta look at the pros and cons. Any situation, you gotta look at the pros and cons. And so being a trainer, some of the pros, of course, is helping people. That's the number one pro. You get to help people. If that's not your main priority when you get into this job, then don't be a personal trainer. That's what you need to be focused on, is how can I help them, okay? Of course, working in the gym atmosphere, everybody who likes to work out would love to work out in the gym, like to work at the gym, right? Flexible hours. Now this is a little bit different because when you're trying to be a trainer, you can't really have flexible hours because you're trying to build your clientele. So, the best time for people to train is before work, so like 6 a.m. to 8, and then after work, which can start at 4, 5, at night and go on until 9. But then you might have a person who can train on their lunch, can train, in the afternoon. So you have to keep that in mind, but eventually when you build up and you become really, really good at being a trainer, you might be able to set your hours. But at first, it's very hard to do that, okay? And your hours will be crazy. So, also making an impact. When that guy shook my hand and said, thank you for changing my life, I made an impact on that guy's life. And that's just, that's what I want. I want people to look at me and say, hey, because of her, I did this. And that's just, that's something that I pride myself on. And of course, you meet new people. I have really good friends that are all training clients. They used to be training clients. Those are my friends right now. And you just meet a lot of great people. Some of the cons, of course, the long, crazy hours. You saw 3 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's a crazy day. Typically your work day would be 8 hours, okay? I work 15 plus hours a day. Now, that might not be constant, but that's pretty much how it is. Working on content, working on programs, working on anything, working at the gym, actually having to be there to open it up and stuff like that. Now, another con is the pay, okay? When you get into being a trainer, figuring out how you get paid is probably the hardest part. When I first started working at Sherry's, we did a cut. We did a share pay. So, I worked for her, but technically I was self-employed. I used her facility. I used her equipment. Okay, I didn't have to buy any of that. I used it. So I had to give her a cut. And we did a 50-50 split. So if she made the prices, so she charged $50 for a session, I only got 25 of that. Okay, even though I'm the one who's training them. I'm the one who's putting the time and effort into that person. I only got half of what she charged. That's just how it is. Okay? Even working at any time, I actually was, at a company at any time. But
Kelsey Butler and George.
But so I was an employee at any time because they're a franchise, okay? So I was actually an employee. They still kind of gave you a little bit of a percentage or a cut. So it wasn't like you got everything that they were charging the people for training. So it's really hard because you just don't ever feel like you're getting what you should. Even being self-employed and opening up your own studio, you still have taxes to pay. So it's not like if you charge the $50, you get to keep all that. That's just not how it works. You still got to pay the government, unfortunately. So no matter what situation you're in, you're going to have to pay somebody. And so there's different ways to go about it though. And the best way to do it is if you can build your clientele up and if you can move all your clients to your own studio, that's probably the best way. Just remember, you got to pay the government though. Another con is building your clientele, getting to that point where you can own your own studio. How do you do that? That's the hardest part. Because why do you go to a place where nobody knows you? Kind of like me going to St. Mary's. Come in here. Nobody knows who I am. I'm from Ohio. Nobody has no idea who I am. Now, if I would have went to St. Mary's, it might have been a little different because people know who I am. People would trust me a little bit more, So nobody knows who I am. So it's hard to build your clientele up because nobody has any idea. Until you do that, to get people in, word of mouth, they share, say, hey, she's awesome, whatever, da-da-da-da. That's the best way to do it. But it's tough at first, okay? I had over 100 clients at any time. Did I get that right off the bat? No, it took time. It takes about 1 to 2 years to build up your clientele to where you're comfortable, okay? Another con is dealing with difficult clients. You're going to have that. You're not always going to have the people you want to train. Let's say you want to train athletes. You're not always going to get athletes. You're going to get an 80-year-old who needs your help with just movement, everyday life, okay? You're not going to have that. So you got to remember that you're going to have difficult people, meaning even with their attitudes, they're going to question you. People, especially people who have been there before, have done weight training, they're going to be like, why are we doing that? They're going to question you, okay? And so I had one at any time that was very difficult. He questioned everything I did. He just made me very nervous, uncomfortable when I trained him. But it's one of those things, you can't just send them on their way and say, sorry, I'm not going to train you, see you later. Now, if you get to the point where you have a good clientele base and you can recommend that person to go somewhere else, okay. But you kind of need him because you're trying to build a clientele base. So you have to take that difficult client and you got to take him head on. Meaning you got to figure out how can you stand up for yourself and say, hey buddy, you came to me, I'm the expert in this, let me help you, okay? And you have to do that. You just have to learn how to bring a negative situation and turn it into something positive. And that's what I did with him, you know. I stood up for myself and just said, hey buddy, you came to me, I'm the expert, let me help you. And that's what I did. And he finally, you know, trusted me as we went along and things got better, okay? The other con is your unsteady income. You're not working an 8 to 5 job where you have an hourly rate and you know exactly what your paycheck is going to be every week or every 2 weeks. You don't know that. And so that's one of the biggest cons, especially like right now, November and December are the slowest months, okay? For training, for gyms, for anything. Because Christmas is coming along and nobody wants to pay for training or spend the extra money on training, okay? So it's really hard. But then you have January where everybody wants to go to the gym. But they only go till February, it seems like, and then you have them that fizzle off. So it's always unsteady. You just never know. But if you can get an accountant to help you with taxes, to help you with the self-employment, even help you, compare an income, like, and have a little bit of a planner so you know, okay, I had this much come in last month, but this month's probably going to be slow. And then you can kind of keep track. It'll all work out. It's kind of worth it. It's a challenge, but it's all worth it in the end if you're really passionate about being a trainer, okay? So what does it really take to be a trainer? I like to work out, so I can be a trainer, right? I mean, that's what everybody says on Instagram. They have some muscles or something, they come in and say, I'm a trainer. It's not right, guys. Don't believe everything you see on Instagram, okay? So first and foremost, you have to have the passion. You have to really be passionate about helping people, but also enjoying the workout, the process, okay? Enjoying what people have to go through to get to where they want to go, okay? Just because you can work out yourself and you're passionate about working out for yourself doesn't mean you're going to be a good trainer, because you got to learn how to deal with people. You got to learn how to be able to train them, get them to their goals, okay? So you want to make sure that you're passionate, and you want to be able to, like, my goal is always to turn my passion of working out into my client's passion, okay? I want them to want to work out on their own and not need me anymore, because that's a lifestyle right there, not just a diet phase, okay? So I want them to be passionate about working out, and that takes some time. So you have to have a purpose when you come into this, and my purpose was what I just said, was to turn my passion into their passion. So when you go and you're a trainer, just make sure you have a purpose. Make sure you're going in there for the client and not for yourself. Being a trainer is not about you, it's about your clients, okay? Also, caring, because these people that come to you aren't stupid. They know if you actually care about them or if you're just there for a paycheck. So make sure you actually truly show them that you care about them. And that's, you really want them to get to where they want to go. You're not just there for their money. Make sure you truly show that you care. In coaching, you want to be a good coach. You're not just a trainer, you're a coach. Meaning if that person is doing a squat wrong and you don't correct them and they get hurt, that's on you. That's not on your client, because they're coming to you because you're the expert. They don't know how to squat. We think we do, but nobody knows how to squat. Trust me, nobody knows how to squat. So when they come to you and they do the squat wrong and they kill their back, it's on you. So make sure you can coach them. Make sure you can help them and say, no, do it this way, switch it, change your form, do it correct, because we don't want anybody to get injured, okay? So make sure you're a good coach. But when you have all this stuff, you need to also make sure that you're going over and beyond what a typical trainer will go. Because you need to stand out, because it seems like there's a new trainer on every single street corner. It just seems like that, okay? So you want to make sure you stand out above them, okay? The only way to do that is to go above and beyond what they do, okay? A lot of trainers do cookie cutter programs, meaning they have one workout program and they give it to everybody, like I said earlier. That's not a personal trainer. That's a cookie cutter trainer. You need to make sure you personalize your life different. Everybody's body is different, will react differently, so you can't have a workout program for this person and expect it to work for this person, because it's not going to work that way. Everybody's different, okay? So make sure you actually personalize your workouts. But also, another way that I go over and beyond is I prep meals for clients that need it, okay? So if a client comes to me and they either don't have the time or they don't want to. They want to eat healthy, but they don't want to prep the meals. They don't want to take the time to do it. I'm there for them. I prep 10 meals for one of my clients for lunch and dinner for 5 days, and I actually deliver it to them. And so instead of saying, here's your meal plan, you need to eat 4 ounces of chicken, 4 ounces of sweet potatoes, and a cup of veggies for lunch. Instead of writing it out, I actually prep the meals for them, and I deliver it to them. It makes it so much easier. They don't have to worry about anything but eating it, okay? Not a lot of trainers will do that, okay? And that's just something, and it's not like I'm a cook, a chef, or anything like that, but I had really good feedback on what I've prepped and stuff like that. But also, I know what these people's goals are. So it's not like, let's say this lady wants to lose weight, it's not like I give her 10 ounces of meat and like 10 ounces of sweet potatoes and say eat that, because that's obviously not going to get to where she wants to go, okay? So you have to make sure when you do something like that you're focused on the client and what they want, okay? So that's just one way I go over and beyond. And then, so this all sounds good to you guys, okay? So you guys are thinking, hey, I'd love to be a trainer. What do I do? So your first thing is, of course, a degree. So I'm not sure if there's actually a personal training degree out there, but the best thing that you guys can get is an exercise physiology degree. Now, do I have that? No. I have a management degree and a minor in sports management. That's what I have. Does that have anything to do with personal training? No. Except, as a manager, you have to coach people. So it kind of does, but it doesn't, okay? So it's not like I can just have my degree and go try to get a training job. I doubt they would hire me, okay? So I went and got my certification. So these are the top 5 certifications down here. That the reason that they're the top 5 is when you look at a job description of and they say you have to have a personal training degree or certification, and it has to be through one of these recognized companies. These are the top 5. So ISSA is on there. Your top 1 is probably ACE. Everybody's probably heard of ACE. And then you have NASM is the next one. But these are recognized. There's so many certifications out there. If you don't get one of these ones, you're probably wasting your time and money, because nobody's going to hire you because they don't recognize it. They're like, I have a good certification. Who is that? You got to make sure you're going through the right company, okay? And so those are the top 5. But you also have to make sure you get your CPR and AED or you got to be certified as CPR and AED, or you can even get your certification. Your certification will actually require you to show that you got certified as CPR and AED. And then you have to do that every 2 years. You have to get recertified in CPR, and you also got to have 20 credits towards your certification to recertify you, okay? So it's not like you do it one and done and you're good for the rest of your life. You got to stay on top of it. Now, the reason behind that is the fitness industry is always changing, okay? There's always a new fad, always a new way to work out, always a new way to do this. So you want to make sure you're on the same page. You want to make sure you're always learning and gaining knowledge, because you're never going to know enough in this industry. And because you can train thousands and thousands of clients, that one will walk through the door and say, I need help with this, and you're going to be like, I have no idea. So you want to make sure you're on top of it, okay? So that's why they require you to get 20 credits every 2 years, okay? So this is my first certification, just to show you guys, down at the bottom it does show every 2 years you gotta get recertified. And this just shows that, because when you get a job, you have a job interview, okay, for a training job, they'll want you to see this. And if you get a job interview, let's say January of 2015, and you take that one, like if I would take that one anywhere right now, they'd be like, that expired, so we can't hire you. So you're not really certified. So you want to make sure that you're always getting the credits and whatnot needed to recertify yourself, okay? So after you get your certification, what do you do? I recommend trying to find your niche first, meaning who do you want to work with? And you might not know. So you might have to wait off to figure out who your niche is, okay? So you gain some experience. But you might have a good idea. You might think, I want to train, work with athletes and that's it. Or I want to work with women or just men or this age group or whatnot. Just try to figure out. If you have a good idea, go with it. If you're not sure, get a job at a big box gym to to get some experience. Trust me, you'll learn who you like to work with, who you don't. That's how it was at any time. I worked with people from age 8 to age 89, all in between with a lot of different goals. I got a lot of experience of dealing with different people and who I like to train and who I didn't, okay? And sometimes they surprise you. You think, being young, I want to work with young people, but the older folks were actually better to deal with than the younger folks. So you just don't know. So if you're not sure what niche you want, get some experience working at a big box gym. And that's, Anytime Fitness is a big box gym, Gold's Gym, Lifetime Fitness, there's so many different ones, not a lot around here. You go up towards Columbus or Morgantown or anywhere like that. Charleston even has some. You'll find bigger gyms, okay? And then after you get some experience, maybe go out on your own. Open up your own studio. It's up to you. Or just find a smaller studio to work for, because maybe the big box gym feel isn't right for you. But you got to figure it out. Working at a big box gym is not really for everybody, and it's something that people don't stay with just because the demands of it can be very difficult. So just remember, there's other options for you. And the online training, something's going to be really big, I think, down the road and in the future. So that's why I got certified to be an online trainer. That way I can help people in every single state and all around the world. So I'm not just focused on St. Mary's, West Virginia, and that's it. I can reach more people because there's so many people out there that need help. They just don't know how to get it, okay? So that's another way to get to do training, okay? So when you're looking at this, and let's say, well, I might not be a trainer for a few years, is it still going to be a big thing? Is people still going to want trainers? I believe yes, it will be. Might be done a little differently because the online training I think is going to be really big. It might not be one-on-one in-person training. It might just be on online and that's it. But it's still going to be around because health is important to everybody. It's just like doctors. Are doctors ever going to fizzle out? I don't think so. So that's the same way with trainers. Your health is important and it's going to be for the rest of your life. So trainers are going to have a job, I think, for a long time. So, and plus you always see new gyms that pop up. It seems like there's one that pops up every day. Now, are they successful? Not all of them, but some of them are, okay? And so, also, they say that there's a stat that says that 5 million people hire a trainer. 5 million. So that's 5 million, say 5 million, that's 5 million different people get different trainers. That's 5 million trainers as well, too. So there's a lot of people out there, and just because there's a lot of trainers doesn't mean you can't stand out. Especially if you have a niche, you can become an expert in that niche, and those people will want to come to you. The people that fit your niche, of course. So I just want to go over some of my clients that really made an impact on me, and that was some of the best ones I ever had. So Natasha here, she, in 6 months, she only saw me once a week in person, and then I gave her some workouts to do on her own. But in 6 months, she lost 64 pounds. She lost 50 total inches, and so when I talk about inches, at any time we measured 9 different spots. So we measured your arms, we measured your hips, your waist, your thighs, and then your calves as well. And so I talk about 50 total inches, that's just an inch here, an inch there, it can be anywhere, okay? So she lost 50 total inches, and then she lost 12% body fat. So we check that every 6 weeks. We check the weight, the inches, and the body fat. That holds them accountable, and it motivates them, especially if they get results, because the only thing that really fuels motivation is results. If your client's not getting results, what's going to fuel them? What's going to keep them coming back? And it's going to be the results. So you want to make sure you're getting your clients the results that they want, okay? And that's why we do a full body assessment. We don't just do weight, because when you're looking at it, sometimes your inches will come off first before your weight will. But at least something's coming off, right? That helps them. But everybody focuses on weight, and it's not just about that. Even your body fat will come down sometimes before your weight will. So you want to do full body assessments whenever you set with clients, because it's not just about weight, people. It's not just about weight. So Elise is another one. She was getting ready for her wedding. Now this one is one of the 6 weeks assessment. So just in 6 weeks, she lost 12 pounds, 10¼ inches, and 3% body fat. So that's 2 pounds a week. That's really good. Now if you watch Biggest Loser or anything like that, typically they lose like 20 pounds in a week. Okay, that's not realistic. So this right here is realistic, and that's why I put her on there, because that is awesome right there. 12 pounds in 6 weeks, which is just a month and a half. Okay, and you can tell the difference in her face and whatnot, so in just 6 weeks. So that's a really good assessment. And then Sean here, I don't have any pictures, just because I want to show you guys some of the things that he really pointed out. When he started training with me, these 3 things are the biggest things. His confidence increased, his depression and anxiety decreased. And that's bigger than the weight right there, because that overall is their overall health, their overall life. Like I talked about at the beginning, it's not just about weight, and it's not just, or exercise, it's not just about nutrition, it's about life, okay? So if you can better their life, aren't you winning? Isn't your client winning if their life is getting better, even though their weight's not coming off or anything like that? Absolutely. So you want to make sure it's overall, okay? A lot of times it's just focused on weight or exercise and nutrition, but really right here, this right here, to me as a trainer, is almost bigger than Natasha losing the 64 pounds. They're almost equal, okay? In different ways, okay? So they're really important. So I work at St. Mary's Fitness Center. You guys are sitting there and whatnot. We're doing a drawing today that if you guys like and our Facebook and Instagram page and you follow us on Twitter, we're going to do a drawing to win a free membership, 1-month membership, okay? But also, if you guys didn't know, we do offer student memberships, and they are $15 a month. That's really good, because if you come to the gym, we have a day rate of $5. So if you come 3 times in 1 week, you're already at $15. So you can get $15, and you can come as many times as you want. So just keep that in mind, okay? If you guys ever want to, I do offer classes as well, and those are our hours. So we are open before school and after school, so no excuse, and Saturdays, okay? So this is some of the pictures if you guys have never been there. The fitness center is a little bit different than your typical gym. So if you guys come in and you're not sure what to do, I can develop a little program for you guys and get you guys going, okay? So that's just one thing. You guys have any questions? You guys have any questions this time? Just kidding. Do you have questions? So also, I have barbells and golders as you saw on the website. So this is my website. Okay, it has nothing to do with St. Mary's. It's mine. It's a brand. So if you guys ever want to, check it out, especially if you're interested in training, like being a trainer. It shows my online training. I have a blog on there. Shows some more client testimonials. It just if you ever need some advice or anything like that, if you want to be a trainer, definitely check that out. And just remember, I don't have a website person. I don't have a video person. This is all me. So I have to take the time and energy to do it. It's going to be worth it down the road. So maybe eventually I can hire somebody to do it, market and stuff like that. So I always am about building yourself. So even if you work a 9-to-5 job, what are you doing to better yourself? Okay, so just remember, even if you work a 9-to-5 job, what are you doing after that? Are you just going home and sitting around not doing anything? Just make sure you're always bettering yourself, because it's going to help you down the road. Especially don't settle. If there's something that you guys want to do in life, make sure you do it. Or give it a shot. If you don't succeed at it, then try something new. But we're only given this one life to do what we want. So make sure you try to do it and give it a shot. So if training is something that you guys want to do, definitely give it a shot. Remember, I got a management degree. And did I stick with manager? Yes, I'm a manager at St. Mary's Fitness Center, so I can't say that I'm not. But did I stick with a management degree? No, I didn't settle for that. I wanted to be a trainer, and that's what I'm doing. So just remember that, keep that in mind. So, no questions? I haven't had any today, besides one guy, but I haven't had any questions. No questions? About anything. It doesn't even have to be about personal training. And you guys came in here for a reason, so you signed up for it. I hope I entertained you guys enough, but no questions? Nada?
JD, you don't have a question?
No?
You know all about that.
Second time in here. Yeah.
I couldn't see him. I could
Anybody here actually think about being a personal trainer? Like, it's something that really interests you, or being in the fitness industry somehow? Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a fun field. Because it's never boring, because it's never the same old, because you see so many different people that bring so many different stories and different needs. It's really, it's actually, it can be entertaining, and it can be very rewarding as a trainer, because helping these people like Natasha, losing 64 pounds, and Sean gaining the confidence and whatnot. I mean, that's really big, and I'm changing their lives, and that's what I want to do. So So being a trainer can be really rewarding, especially because I love being in the fitness industry, so, and working out and whatnot, so it's definitely rewarding, so. But. Questions? Can be about, like, literally anything, doesn't have to be about personal care. Hoping to have one by then, you know. I'm kind of tired of talking.
Next time we'll have to have you guys prepare questions.
Yeah. You mean I answered everything, right? That's what you're saying. What it takes to do, what you gotta do, and whatnot. There's a lot of different things you can do as being a trainer. You can be an entrepreneur, meaning you never work for any company whatsoever. You just go out on your own. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. So that's with any job, really. You can be an entrepreneur, you know, with any job. You don't have to do what society tells you can do. So that's like me coming up with barbells and goldens. That's just because I have a golden retriever. I mean, it's just something. But and she's always in the building. I had a workout building in my backyard, so that's where I work out. Because I don't ever work out at gyms. It's just something. I know it sounds crazy as a trainer. I just never really enjoyed working out in the gym. I don't like to work out in front of people. You know, it's crazy. But I always work out at home, so I always have home gyms and whatnot. So I had a building in our house that was outside, nice building that got turned into our workout room. So she was always out there, so that's why I called it barbells and golden. So plus it's no other name out there. So, but you gotta be creative. But like I said, it's rewarding. But you guys are just ready for break. Like, you don't even care right now, right? You're like, is it time for Thanksgiving break, right? Yeah. So what position do you play?
Running back and linebacker.
So you play football too? What position do you play?
Tight end and DN.
See, I ask questions. I love football.
You said you ran cross, right?
Yeah.
What was your time?
So my fastest 5K is a 1904. My fastest. It's I was on the track. So that's my fastest. I've done one marathon. I've done one marathon, and that was a 3:49, 3 hours and 49 minutes. Done a half Ironman. Done a bodybuilding show, powerlifting meet. Then I ran cross country. I did indoor track and outdoor track. and did steeplechase in college. I don't know if you know what steeplechase. Yeah. So I did steeplechase in college. That was my main thing. And then, in high school was just a distance runner. We made it to state junior and senior year in the 4x8, and then made it my senior year in cross country. So that's and we won our regionals in cross country and made it to state. So, which was probably the biggest I'm gonna say reward that I had in high school was winning regionals, especially us being Warren High School. Nobody knows who Warren is in Ohio. They're not really a big, Warren High School we're not really big, so, in any sport really, so, not like St. Mary's in football and whatnot, so.
Well, cross country one.
Oh, that's right, cross country too, that's right, yeah.
You know cross country?
That's awesome.
The Foot Locker qualifiers this coming week.
Really? Okay. That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited, but also
Yeah.
a lot of people
I
probably
miss
gonna
it.
beat me.
I really miss especially high school. College was a little different, but high school definitely missed it.
These 800 people are
High school or college was a little bit more demanding. It was like a job almost when you had to do it. When you had to
They
run.
own you when you go to college.
They own you, and it's hard. I mean, yeah, but high school was more fun, of course, but.
Okay, so the kid that in our school that got top 10, or he got 10th in
Yeah.
the whole state.
Yeah?
Yeah, his time, he looked at the times for the Foot Locker qualifier.
Yeah.
He's estimated to get about 50th.
Yeah.
That's how fast people are. I know. His time was like, had John fast walkers that one?
Their times are getting, the thing is,
17 something, I think.
yeah, it seems like their times are just getting faster too. Like nobody's slowing down, even when I was in school, times are slowing down, but. Yeah.
I mean, your fastest time's faster than mine.
Really?
Yeah, my fastest time
yours was?
1904.
Mine was 1907.
Really, yeah.
What do they run in college?
See, we run 6Ks
Which is
in college. And,
I was gonna say, because Maggie Rasba, I saw in the paper, she had a 2047
Yeah.
is what she qualified at.
really, that's really good,
There he
yeah.
goes.
That's what, yeah, we run 6Ks. And then
She's
run
from
8Ks.
here, but she goes to the, I don't know, she goes to WVU.
Oh, does she? Oh, okay.
She graduated, what, 3 years ago?
I think, yeah.
But you'd go to track meets and she just, on the miles, and she'd just slap them. It was crazy. And she never, but she started out and she kept that thing with them.
Wow.
And she just, it
That's
was
awesome. Yeah, the women run 6Ks and the men run 8Ks in college,
Yeah,
cross country.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why they up it, especially women, 5K to a 6K, but it does make it, I mean, it does make a difference, but I'm not sure why they did that. Did you see the kid get hit by a deer running the cross country? Anybody see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It's on a friend of mine, well, my son's girlfriend posted it on.
They interviewed him on Sports Center. Was it Sports Center? I think they interviewed the kid and asked him, you know, what it felt like. He's like, I got hit good. That's all I know. And I've never seen something like that. Even running. There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
At this time, all 8 graders will be reporting to the commons area.
It wasn't just like one. It was a ton of them. I've never seen so much.
I
This
didn't
is
know
our number 4 session in our career day for today. Thank you to all the presenters as well as the families lunch here by